My name is Alex, and we're here in Queens. We're making beef cutlets with buckwheat porridge and a creamy mushroom sauce to go on top of that. It's a very casual dish that actually most Russian or Ukrainian people probably have like every week. This is my mom, Lidiya. We're gonna work on the buckwheat porridge. It's 3/4 of a cup toasted buckwheat and some olive oil. Season it with some salt and 1.5 cups of water. Just gonna let it cook on its own from now on. We're gonna move on to the second step of the dish, which is making beef cutlets. I have a pound of beef, some really finely chopped onion, some plain breadcrumbs, salt, pepper, also an egg. It's about 1/2 cup of plain breadcrumbs. We put water in the breadcrumbs to sort of revive them. Breadcrumbs in this recipe, they act as sort of the binder along with the egg, so they will hold everything together. We're gonna saute some onion before adding it to the meat. And I'm gonna season it with just a little bit of salt, and that'll help draw the moisture out to soften the onion faster. And we just added 1 egg. And then to that, we're also gonna add the moistened breadcrumbs from before. And dill is the quintessential Russian herb. We put it on everything, in everything, around everything. We always have dill in the house. Generously season meat when you're cooking it like this. We just mix it with our hands. Because it just gets better incorporated that way, and the more you mix everything, the better it's gonna be in the end. So we're just adding some onion that we very quickly sauteed. You sort of have to turn the bowl and really, you have to really get in there and make it one homogeneous mixture. So. Everything is the same consistency throughout. Basically, you have to pick up chunks and throw it down, and this aerates the meat. When we fry the final product, it's gonna be airier and less dense. We don't have to measure anything, and we've done these recipes a bajillion times. Right, and I'm watching what she's doing, and she's watching. So she's watching what I'm doing, and it sort of just happens. We're like one whole. We're gonna wet our hands with some water each time so the meat doesn't stick to our hands. And then when it's sort of like a ball, you flatten it down. And actually, back to our buckwheat, all the water has absorbed, and it's sort of now just sitting and steaming. So I'm gonna turn the heat off, but I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna leave the lid on. And that's a very crucial step, actually, when you're cooking any grain. Now I'm gonna start placing them in the oil. That sound is very important. It needs to sizzle as soon as it hits the oil. If it doesn't sizzle, it means that they're not gonna brown well, and you really want that caramelization. I think it's easiest is just to use a butter knife and flip them that way. They're kind of fragile, so you wouldn't want to use tongs because they may break apart. So our cutlets are done, and we're just gonna place them on some paper towels to drain some of the fat off. The final component of this dish is a mushroom cream sauce, and we're gonna add the onion. So it's really important to make the sauce in the same pan that you used for the cutlets because it already has those good pan drippings from the beef. And now for the mushrooms. Don't put sodium. Okay, so now we're gonna season with a little bit of salt and some freshly ground black pepper. Maybe 1.5 tablespoons of just regular all-purpose flour. And you just need to stir, I don't know, just for a few seconds. I'm also gonna add some vegetable stock. I guess the final count is a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup of vegetable stock. We're gonna add some sour cream. I'm not gonna measure this. And at this point you can turn the heat off. Everything is cooked through. We're just gonna incorporate the sour cream. Mom's cutting more dill. We're gonna garnish our final plate with dill. So before serving the buckwheat, fluff it up with a fork. Place some in the center of the plate. Then we're going to take 2 of our cutlets and our cream sauce. To finish it off with our beloved dill, and you're done.
It's good.